What if the king of the jungle, feared by all, chose not to hunt but to protect? Imagine a lion, fierce and untamed, befriending a tiny, defenseless goat. It sounds like a fairy tale, but what you're about to hear is a real-life story that will challenge everything you think you know about the wild. In the heart of a quiet wildlife sanctuary, surrounded by the serenity of nature, a story unfolded that left everyone speechless. It's a story of contrasts, the predator and the prey, the powerful and the fragile, the lion and the baby goat. Lions are known for their strength, their dominance, their primal instincts. Goats, on the other hand, symbolize innocence, playfulness, and vulnerability. Normally, the meeting of these two would end in a chase, or worse. But what if this time it didn't? What if, instead of a fight for survival, we witnessed something extraordinary? Something so pure, so unexpected, that it changed the way people see the natural world. This is not just a tale of friendship. It's a lesson about life, about breaking barriers, and about finding connection in the most unexpected places. Stay with me as we dive into this incredible bond between the king of the jungle and the little goat who dared to be his friend. It all began in a serene wildlife sanctuary, a place where animals roamed freely yet safely under the watchful eyes of their caretakers. Among the residents was a lion, strong, majestic, and every bit the ruler of its domain. Its golden mane seemed to shimmer under the sun, a testament to its power and pride. This lion, like any other, was a predator by nature. Its deep roars could echo across the sanctuary, sending a clear message: "This is my territory." No animal dared to cross its path, let alone approach it. Then came the baby goat, a tiny, fragile creature with wobbly legs and eyes full of curiosity. It was the complete opposite of the lion. Playful, harmless, and vulnerable, the goat's arrival was unexpected, and even the caretakers couldn't have predicted what would happen next. Two animals so different, so opposed in nature, were about to meet, and that meeting would defy every law of the wild. The first meeting between the lion and the baby goat was nothing short of extraordinary. The caretakers watched nervously as the lion, with its powerful strides, approached the little goat, who was innocently nibbling on some grass. Everyone was holding their breath, knowing how dangerous this moment could be. The lion's eyes locked onto the baby goat, and for a moment, time seemed to stand still. This was a predator in its element, a creature built for survival, and yet there was something different in its gaze. Rather than pouncing or roaring as expected, the lion took a slow, deliberate step forward, almost as if trying to understand this new, tiny creature in its midst. The goat, oblivious to the danger, lifted its head and curiously trotted towards the lion, its little tail wagging. In the animal kingdom, such behavior would normally spell disaster for the smaller one. Yet something strange happened. The lion stopped, its powerful body completely still, and sniffed the goat's scent. There was no growl, no attack. It just watched. The caretakers exchanged bewildered glances. They had never seen the lion act this way before. The baby goat, with no fear in its eyes, gently nudged the lion's paw with its small head. And that was it, the moment that stunned everyone. The lion, after a long pause, lowered its head, almost as if to acknowledge the goat's presence. It didn't show aggression, but a calm, curious acceptance. This wasn't just a simple encounter, it was the beginning of something completely unexpected. Instead of a natural fight for survival, it was as if both animals understood that, for once, they were not enemies. This was the first moment when the boundaries between predator and prey were blurred, leaving the caretakers wondering what would happen next. As the days passed, something incredible started to unfold. The lion and the baby goat began to spend more and more time together, and it wasn't just about tolerance, it was about true connection. At first, the caretakers thought this might be a fluke, a one-time moment of curiosity. But soon it became clear. This wasn't an accident. This lion had formed an unlikely bond with its small companion. They were often seen side by side, resting under the same tree, the lion's massive frame lying gracefully next to the tiny, playful goat. The lion, whose very presence could strike fear into any animal, seemed to soften in the company of the goat. It was as if the lion had forgotten its role as a predator and for once allowed itself to simply be in the moment. The baby goat, always full of energy and affection, would nudge the lion gently, coaxing it to play, and surprisingly, the lion would respond. Maybe not in the same way a goat would, but in its own gentle manner. Sometimes they would playfully nudge each other or lie next to one another, content in each other's company. It showed no fear, even when the lion would stretch its long limbs, its powerful muscles rippling beneath its golden fur. The little goat would trot around the lion, bouncing happily, as though it had no concept of danger. It trusted the lion completely, and in return, the lion seemed to protect it. It would often position itself between the goat and any potential threat, even though the other animals in the sanctuary were far less intimidating. Observers marveled at the growing friendship between them. It was beyond the boundaries of instinct. It was something more profound. The lion, known for its fierce, solitary nature, seemed to thrive in the presence of the goat, a creature so different, so fragile. The baby goat had become its unlikely companion, and the lion seemed to appreciate the company, almost as if it had found a friend, a bond that went beyond survival, beyond territory, beyond what nature had written in their instincts. This wasn't just an adorable oddity. It was a powerful reminder that even in the wild, the strongest of instincts can sometimes be overruled by the most unexpected forces: trust, affection, and connection. This incredible bond between the lion and the baby goat teaches us something powerful. It reminds us that sometimes the most unexpected friendships are the ones that leave the greatest impact. In nature, we're often taught to view relationships through the lens of survival, of predator and prey. But this story shows us that connection, kindness, and trust can transcend even the strongest instincts. It challenges us to reconsider our own perceptions of difference and fear. If a lion and a goat, two creatures so inherently different, can form a bond built on understanding, what's stopping us from doing the same in our own lives? In a world full of divisions, the lion and the goat remind us that compassion has no boundaries, no species, and no limits. Sometimes the most unlikely friendships teach us the most about love, trust, and the beauty of breaking down barriers. This amazing story of a lion and a baby goat isn't just heartwarming. It's a reminder of the unexpected beauty that can come from breaking down walls and embracing what seems impossible. Nature teaches us countless lessons, but this one is unique. It shows that even in the wild, where survival rules everything, trust and companionship can create bonds that defy expectations. The lion and the goat's friendship is a symbol of hope, showing us that kindness can exist where we least expect it. It's a lesson for all of us. Sometimes, the greatest friendships grow from the most unlikely places. If this story touched your heart, share it with someone who needs a reminder of the power of unexpected bonds. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more amazing stories from the wild and beyond. Let's keep the spirit of friendship and kindness alive, no matter where we come from or how different we are.